Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's Written Comics. This week's episode 188, and we get to talk about Daredevil Know Fear. As always, tell your friends, your family, anyone who wants to listen to two idiots talk about comics. You can get us anywhere you can get your podcast. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, let's get into it.
And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ron Talmadge. That's David Crocker. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics, and today we are looking at Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky.
Woohoo!
No Fear, Volume 1. But first, Davis.
Yeah, buddy.
Can I pitch you an idea I had for a Star Wars movie?
Ooh, all right.
Okay, so I'm sure as everybody knows now, and I'm not going to get too deep into it because I'm probably ruining your shit list right now. But I was, listening to a podcast that made a comment about a would-be director for a Star Wars movie that was apparently now is indefinitely postponed.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's not that hard to make a Star Wars movie. Can't we just keep it simple?
No.
And so on the 1 hour car ride I had home after work the other day, I was just like, what would I do? And my idea was just, do something simple, probably in the Clone Wars, but
Yeah, okay.
just make it like Band of Brothers or Saving Private Ryan style, kind of.
Okay.
Where it's just like you just see like the horrible parts of war. Except somehow we got to make droids scary, or at least make them look formidable.
Like not just the CIS B1s scary, or
You say that like I.
So CIS, the B1 battle droids are the clankers.
Okay, yeah.
Your
I had no clinker.
skin and bone,
Yeah.
just the bony.
Like we have to
ones.
make them look somehow like they could give you PTSD. But
I mean, okay.
the premise I came up with was, how like they graduate Jedi school or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they're immediately taken out to, at least in that time period, taken out to shadow someone who is already called general and they're called commander.
Yeah,
Even though
some are literally in the Inquisitor's book, somewhere in here.
Yeah.
She's literally doesn't even go through her Jedi trials and is granted knighthood and is sent to command
At like age
whatever 16, I think.
Yeah.
I think she's 16. Ahsoka gets granted that way. Anakin's done that way after the events of the Clone Wars movie. I mean, it's like,
so in my movie, it's all going to be people other than the clones. We've obviously met them. But the Jedi and the guy who's about to become a Jedi, it's the only thing they'll ever be in it. If that just lets you know what happens.
okay.
But in the very first act, it's basically the Ahsoka Tano of this movie rolls up. He's about to just go on his first day at war, and in the very first mission that they thought was going to just be a routine, nothing, whatever, they roll up on what actually turns out to be a big. They're not the Empire, but they're the fucking
CIS.
No, they're the Separatist. It's a
Yeah.
big Separatist base. And
CIS.
turns out to be a big fucking deal for the Separatists.
Okay.
And then the Jedi dies, and then basically the clones have to look at this kid and be like, "Hey, you're in charge now." And it's like, we can try to help you as much as possible, but we're programmed to follow your order.
Yeah.
And so the whole movie is literally, and then it turns out to be, I just picked Grievous because he's around in that time and he can be scary.
Can be?
It's very scary.
Yeah.
So when they thought it was going to be a very easy mission to go pick up some information, turned out to be Grievous hunting them. And they basically, the middle is just them going through the Star Wars version of the Odyssey to get back to whatever base they need to get back to, while getting chased by Grievous. And then you have this kid who's having to learn on the fly all because his master
He's
died.
dead. Right.
And he's having to learn to lead along the way and win the approval of the clones he's fighting with, because they've been fighting this war for years now. And then you add in the normal clone stuff of like, I was literally made to do this. Many people see my life as like,
I'm a
just
droid. Right, yeah.
you're made to
clones
go
are
die at
droids,
war
right.
and stuff like that. And then you get to the very end, and obviously they get away from everybody or do whatever they're supposed to do, blah blah blah. They're pulling up to the planet, and they like drop into orbit, and they're going down. And they're finally, he's won the approval of all the clones. And they're on like the bridge, and it's just him, and then like the main character, like this our version of Rex. And then he's just like, good job, grew up today, blah blah blah. And
Order 66.
well, we don't hear him say it.
No, but
yeah, it's like he's like, go join the guys, they'll want to see you or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta take this. Like someone said, hey, you got a call for you, Commander. And then it's just a shot of him walking off the bridge, but we see the hologram, and we've all seen it a million times, so we know what it says. And then it's just him walking down the hallway. He opens the door, and you hear like, hey, what? Or you see them all celebrating with him. And then the last shot is just the commander walking in and the door shutting.
All right. That part, I like that part.
Yeah.
So in that Inquisitor's book, it did get, so they started with her like the day of Genosis. When
pretend like I remember which one that is.
Episode 2.
Yeah.
When Anakin and Obi-Wan end up on Geonosis.
No, mine is literally like the week before Order 66.
Yeah, so you're talking more like the kids that we get to see build their lightsabers, like the Wookiee.
Yeah, when
in the Clone War, in the animated series, like that group being turned over.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets to go in, and you get to see her. So in the book, they really emphasize like the way the Jedi coming to get Obi-Wan and Anakin was way more than just, they were in the arena.
Yeah.
Like they were staging like 15, 20, like gunships were dropping them in, and the clones were already amassing with them there.
Yeah.
And 15 or 20 masters and Padawans were dropping in to take out artillery and shit.
Yeah.
And her master dies early.
Yeah.
And then, but she's also got like darkness. Like you can tell, like she's got a little dark itch. But if the Jedi, well, it really shows like the way the Jedi treated her, and you can see like, oh yeah, she fell to the dark side because they didn't give a shit, or they didn't try hard enough. But she then gets a clone troop and kind of does the same, way toned down from what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you could definitely tell, like in that book, they could have.
Yeah,
it's not hard to write a book.
No, it's not hard to write.
One
just take any famous
pre Disney taking over and whipping their dicks out and pissing on all legend shit.
Yeah.
There's hundreds and hundreds of stories to write. That just literally close your eyes, raffle through a filing cabinet, and pluck a story out.
Yeah.
And just redo it. Start it over. Add it into the new canon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like your idea. Would you go movie, live action, animation, or like TV show? What's the style you're going for? Episode by episode? Or are we going?
If it's, I mean, I don't know. I just do whatever gets the point of like, hey, war is not fucking fun.
So I could see yours getting turned into kind of like Ahsoka, those little quick snippet episodes, like those like 20-minute episodes.
More.
I mean
20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, Ahsoka had those.
Those are all 30 minutes.
Tales of the Jedi.
Oh, they're faster, or they're longer than that.
They are okay. However long those are.
I just came up with the first act and the third act. I didn't do all the middle.
No, I know, but I think going with that theme, you could just do a first and a third, and really like hurt.
No, you don't, I don't think you get the emotional attachment.
Well, dude, just anyone that understands the idea of once you said the commander and the holo projector shows,
Yeah.
and he walks through the door and shuts it.
Yeah, but that's just some new kid. We don't know.
I
who the
know,
fuck
but
it is.
even that chills, like just the idea of it.
No, I think you need at least it's at least a 2 or 3 episode arc.
Yeah,
If
you
not,
can make
it's-
it. You can make it that, but it's just
An entire movie.
I'll leave it for my shit list for the
Yeah.
next episode. But I just don't. I don't understand it. It just I like your idea. We've
not
talked
just
about
take
Mace Windu stories.
Literally every famous war movie and turn it into a Star Wars movie. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's really actually not that hard at all.
No.
Black Hawk Down.
No.
All right, we're just be on
Yeah.
Cage of Nemoidia, and
Mm.
Obi-Wan's been shot down. Let's go get his ass.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that fucking hard.
Not hard.
But I just, I don't know, man. I don't understand the direction some of these are going, and
Yeah, we'll save that for next week.
yeah.
But we did read a book. this
We did
month. We read Daredevil Know Fear.
KNOW.
Yes.
Now this is a playoff Devil
Man with no Fear.
Daredevil Man with No Fear.
Yeah.
Which we did
We
did
did
read that
yeah.
one, yeah. Okay. I was blanking there for a second. If we get too far in, we're going to do some credits. We've got our writer, Chip Zdarsky. Damn it, man.
You're the one that was falling asleep.
Artist, I didn't yawn first. Artist, Marco Checchetto, Chechetto.
Sure.
Color artist, Sonny Guo. Letterer, Clayton Cowles.
Clean cow.
Cover artist Julian Tatino Tereso, and special thanks Anthony Oliveira. Now, in Devil with No Fear, Daredevil,
Man with no fear.
Fear, Jesus. He doesn't, it's just him just showing off that he is Daredevil.
Yeah,
wasn't
it's literally like him in the black. Like, it's like the first half.
It's the black and red suit. Yeah.
No, it's just the black T-shirt with the black bandana.
Oh, yeah. It's his first. And then at the end, you get one of his suits. That's
It's
right.
like very much at least the first half. It ends with the hallway scene where he goes and gets the boy. Yeah.
Where this really tied into a lot of previous story arcs that Daredevil's been a part of. He was apparently Murdoch was apparently mayor.
Yeah, I did not know that part.
Daredevil / Murdoch has been killed, been dead.
Everyone has been.
Right.
Kinda.
They've all been.
Yeah.
And Kingpin is now mayor.
Yes.
Of New York City. Very much reminiscent to me of the Spider-Man story where Doc Ock kind of takes over.
Oh, Superior Spider-Man?
Yeah.
You've read that?
No, we haven't read it, but just I think we all know. I mean, we know.
I think Kingpin is mayor during that storyline.
But that's not this storyline.
No, I think they were happening around the same time.
Okay.
So I want to say this started like 2016, 2017.
I can't. Fucking lovely Kindle on here.
It's not that important, but yeah.
Either way. 2019.
Okay. Well,
Daredevil's going off the fucking rails.
how so?
Well, I mean, he killed a man, though he
That was
didn't
by accident.
mean to kill the man. Drunk, just whoring around, although he did that a little bit.
That's the Catholic guilt.
The Catholic guilt.
I mean, they had a little bit of everything you wanted in there. Catholic guilt, the devilish, and stuff like that.
That is true. So he finally
No ninjas, though.
no ninjas, though he kept talking about
Yeah. the
ninjas
hand.
being there. Did like how we referenced Spider-Man to when Spider-Man shows up, he's just like, oh, nimble, quiet, but I can hear his heartbeat, so it's not the hand.
No.
It's like, oh, goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of cameos. You got the Defenders and Spider-Man.
Yeah, so Luke Cage, Jessica Jones,
And
Iron Fist, and then Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I like the Spider-Man suit in this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed different.
Funny part is I've listened to an interview with Chip Zdarsky, and he left Spider-Man to go to Daredevil because he said too many people try to tell you what you can and can't do on Spider-Man, so I go to Daredevil and they let me do whatever I want. He said I only have to answer to one editor in the Daredevil office of Marvel.
Damn. Well, Daredevil to me definitely seems like one of those. It's like, yes, everybody knows him now.
Yeah.
Like, especially because of the TV show.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the same time, there's not enough loyalty to like his backstory.
Yeah.
To go, oh, well, you have to do this. It's
There's
like,
not. There's not 5 Daredevil books that you have to.
Yeah.
Juggle at the same time.
Right. This was fun. It seemed it seemed
good.
like we got into kind of a.
I wanted to.
Daredevil definitely apparently was hurt for a long while,
Yeah.
and so he's trying to get back into.
I wanted to do this because
fighting
I think
shape.
this eventually leads to that Devil's Reign story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that is the climax of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil run.
Well, I will say that this Zdarsky run is 7 volumes, 7-book series. So
that math seems to check out.
Just ended in 21.
Yeah.
But don't know if that can be a continuous on here.
I mean, I'm sure we'll go back to it.
But either way, it definitely it's set up for a lot of.
The first 2 issues were kind of slow.
Yeah.
But it picked up once him and that cop started fighting.
I could definitely tell, like, the way this started out is if you had been reading Daredevil,
Yeah.
and you stopped wherever, or you had read up to wherever Daredevil got hurt,
Yeah.
whatever iteration or reboot that was.
Yeah.
This one, the first 2 issues would have made a lot more sense and a lot.
Yeah.
But
Kind of roll. I mean, I've heard people talk about like the different stuff that's happened to Daredevil. Like spoiler, at some point in this run, he gets arrested probably for killing that man.
yeah.
And then Elektra takes over. That's what this leads to.
Ooh, okay.
Which then
All right.
leads to Devil's Reign.
Okay.
But yeah, this is that kind of. And then obviously he's dealing with Kingpin being mayor.
Yeah.
It's all like the more modern Daredevil hits
I
that they're
like it.
trying to incorporate into the show. Which I have not watched Echo. I don't think you've watched Echo either.
I haven't watched that.
I've heard it's extremely mid except for Vincent D'Onofrio playing Kingpin.
That man playing Kingpin is gold.
Yeah.
Like the fact, like when they said they were finally bringing, when Kingpin was going to show up,
Yeah.
Daredevil was going to show up, and they were going to start
Yeah.
doing like low level, like
Mm.
street New York again.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, the answer is Vincent
D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio as Kingpin. It's like he has to be it.
Yeah, I will accept no one else.
Yeah, and they're like, Vincent D'Onofrio will reprise his role as Kingpin. It's like, fuck yes! And then
Now they're
Daredevil,
bringing
the guy
back-
playing Daredevil's
They're
he
bringing
got
back
his
Foggy and what's her face too.
same
Yeah.
actors and
Yeah,
actors.
Claire-
Oh shit,
Claire-
cool. I don't know. To me, I don't understand why Echo got a show before Daredevil's show even has come out.
I think we know the answer to that.
We know the politically correct answer. It's more of the like
We
so
We
yeah,
all know
so
the
yeah,
answer.
it's a politically correct answer.
yes. Apparently is something they are trying to fix over Marvel and
Disney
Disney as a whole.
or everybody now has apparently realized some of their
Yeah.
some of the flounderings with the idea of being
Yeah.
so woke.
Yeah. But we all know why.
Yeah.
Um
And I
but
think
I
it's
think-
only 4 issues, like 4
5
episodes,
episodes.
5.
But I think these were mostly done, and so there's a reason why they dumped them all at once.
True.
Disney Plus doesn't do that. So.
No. I don't know. There was
But apparently they are massively rewriting Daredevil now, because it was only like 3 episodes in, and then when they took the break for the strikes this summer, and half their movies and shows did not do well, they took a look at what was going on with everything going on, or with all their stuff currently in production, and apparently Daredevil, they just got a whole new writing team
Really?
and was like, here's what we have. If you can save some of it, go ahead. If not, we'll just fucking
'Cause
start over.
There was a lot of new writers and new stuff was reintroduced after the strike, right?
They changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I need them to figure the fuck out what they're doing with Blade.
yes, because it's been postponed.
It's been pushed back a couple times.
Yeah.
And at one point, they had some writer slash director that basically had Blade as like the fourth lead in his own movie because of the same issues they have been dealing with recently.
God almighty.
Yeah.
Just give it whatever.
And Mahershala Ali almost left the project.
Well,
about it.
yeah, because it's like I was promised a movie. I was promised a lead. I was promised.
He's like, I specifically came to you saying I wanted to play Blade.
And now I'm getting thrown into the cameo of a
Blade.
third tier
You're about to
show.
possibly bait and switch me in this movie.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know who you do that with Blade. So
I don't either. There was a comment in here from somebody. Oh, it was about his suit being the devil's suit.
Yeah.
And my thought was what would you pick if you had the powers of just had street level powers like Spider-Man or Batman, Daredevil, street level, what would your animal or what would your moniker be? Like Batman's Batman, Daredevil's the Daredevil, Spider-Man's the Spider.
So this is weird. I mean, I wouldn't be none of that, but the D&D group, but we don't play D&D thing I'm in, just swapped to the new Marvel tabletop role-playing game. And I designed a character. Teleportation is his power.
Okay.
And
like Nightwing.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah. But his backstory is that they were trying to recreate the super soldier thing through some type of weird science experiment. Somehow my atoms got split apart for a second and then brought back together. Now I have teleportation.
Teleporting?
Yeah, powers. But it was a military experiment, and because they tried to like just hide me and didn't want to explain to the world what happened to me, and just kind of kicked me out and said, "Please don't talk about this shit." I kind of like the Count Dooku of Tales of the Jedi, where he got disillusioned with the American government,
right?
And now he just like if we were going into Civil War and someone said, "What side are you picking on?" and my answer would be "Fuck the government." But his name is AWOL. So,
AWOL. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not really going with a character or a moniker. You just
it's just
AWOL.
Yeah, that's his name.
All right.
That's his code name.
Yeah, you had a way more in depth thought processing.
We literally just did that, and I came up with that in like 5 minutes and wrote it out.
And see, I had no idea because I was expecting more.
They were like,
just
"Hey, we need a code name," and I was just like, "God, that means I have to flesh out his character."
Yeah, it's like I can't just give you a random.
Yeah, and I was just like, you just came up with that in like 10 minutes. I was like, it's not that hard. I'm an idea.
Not that bad. Yeah,
I'm an idea person. It's just,
you are much. Yeah, because I was sitting here like
it's the process of me writing a whole story about it is I can't do.
Yeah. See, I wrote that comment down, like after I read the Daredevil one.
Yeah. I do like the Devils of Hell Kitchen. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then that was 3 days ago, and I still have not came up with my own idea, like what mine would be for the idea. And my first thing was like, oh well, elephant for being because I'd be a brute and all, but exactly being an Auburn fan, you go straight to being in Alabama and Tide, but I don't know. I just can't really think of anything yet. Like all I know is just
the first superhero from Alabama. You had to make him an elephant.
But see, all I know is being brute and being like.
Well, as someone from and I don't want to give away ideas I have for comic books, but as someone from Birmingham, call myself Vulcan and give me some type of like iron/fire powers.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I can't really do pineapple because I just have pine trees and
You
apple
just be
trees.
Swinger Man.
No, I don't want to go down that route.
Yeah.
So yeah, my ideas weren't great because it was like elephant was like, oh yeah, that's on the nose.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, you live near Huntsville now. You could be a Nazi or a Rocket Man.
or a trash panda. I could be a raccoon.
True.
Because let's have that win the
Rocket City Trash Man.
new baseball team's logo. It's cool.
I mean,
It's funny.
I still remember when they had a contest to name the Montgomery team, and it was the Biscuits won.
Yeah, the Biscuits won.
Yeah.
God, the Biscuits won. Though that's funny. Like that's just fucking hilarious.
Instead of baseball, McBaseball team.
Yeah. I don't know. Yours is you actually came out with a
I had two
a good,
right off the bat.
yeah, you came out with a good one, and mine's like elephant because I'm a
Just know if I ever get a comic book out, they will all be Southern-based superheroes.
of course.
Like it'll be a team. I don't know. For some reason, I keep wanting to put somebody in Chicago though, and Detroit. But most of the time,
Places.
it's like Nashville, Atlanta, New Orleans,
Well, yeah,
and then I'll throw
Yeah, well,
somebody
yeah.
in Birmingham.
Well, it is something that like going over like Call the Comics and stuff. It's like everything always happens in fucking New York.
Because both of them were based in New York for the longest time.
Well, yeah, but like nothing really happens in the South. Like
No.
that, there is no somebody in Texas. I mean, yes, there's little teams and stuff,
Yeah.
but like there's no like big name that's moved to Texas and running
No.
around in Texas or.
And anytime they go to LA, they have to let you know it's called the West Coast Avengers.
Oh yeah, it's the West
Or
Coast. Yeah, it's the West Coast.
JLA.
Yeah, or the West Coast Young Avengers. I
Yeah.
remember when we did that Ant-Man one, and his daughter wanted to join. She's like, "No, I'm going to join the West Coast."
Avenger.
It's
yeah.
like, what? Why not just what?
Yeah.
Hell, even Teen Titans made a big deal about going to the West and
Yeah.
being the.
And they let you know every issue.
Yeah, we're
in
in
the
West. It was San Francisco Bay.
Was that where Teen Titans Tower was?
I think so.
I don't know. Wouldn't
Uh,
surprise me.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they did show that bridge a lot. Golden Gate Bridge.
Teen Titans
Tower.
Tower.
Gotham City.
If it's on an island in the Jump City Bay,
Yeah, I was going to say DC most of the time goes.
it is located on an island in the Jump City Bay. Each Titan has his or her own room. It
Jump
main
City.
ops.
I'll say DC for the most part comes up with city names.
Yeah, that is true. They do change up the names.
The only one that doesn't is Cyborg's from Detroit.
Yeah. They make sure Cyborg's from Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like we didn't talk about this too much, but it was just more. Of
I mean, it's a volume one. It's a lot.
Yeah,
of
it's a
setup.
volume one. It's.
I mean, they
now-
didn't even really have a main villain.
No, because the whole time it's Daredevil thinking somebody set him up for the death, and then all of a sudden he realizes
Didn't
like,
really have.
he's like,
an
oh
answer.
no, I actually did hit the dude, and he hit the back of his head,
And then all of his friends come to be like, "Hey, you're getting a little out of control."
now I will
And
say
Spider-Man took his mask from him.
we were talking about Spider-Man, like Spider-Man actually stepping in and going, no, give me your mask,
yeah.
sit the fuck down,
Mhm.
like.
And they always talk
take a
about
break.
how Daredevil and Spider-Man have always been good friends.
Yeah, I don't.
And depending on how early they started that, Daredevil, which he didn't know, but he was friends with like a 16-year-old.
Well, in the Tom Hardy version, I mean, he's in there.
Yeah.
In the movie, he's junior year.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Daredevil shows up to be his lawyer.
Yeah. But
not like best friend.
yeah, but he knows
Yeah.
who he is, so he's about to.
Yeah, he got a feel.
I'm sure they would become friends before they graduate school.
I would love to see them on screen together. Besides that,
Just sitting in a room. And
yeah.
Daredevil catching a brick,
But that would also mean we'd have to get Tom Holland back in the MCU.
which I don't think he's ever coming back.
I mean, at this point, I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing.
Well,
They needed a-
one they do, one they don't know. Oh yeah, Kang's gone. The actor's been arrested and has been removed from all future Marvel.
I thought that video of him like running away, like pretty much was just like there. Clearly, it's not him.
Oh well, the second they apparently arrested him and put him in, they
Oh
said,
yeah,
"Fuck
Marvel.
it."
Yeah,
Marvel ripped everything from him.
I think they were just like, we're kind of tired of King, anyways. But
it's not quite working.
that does suck because I was Jonathan.
Oh, I like that.
You know
guy.
what? I think he was. I mean, like I don't. Unless they found something I just haven't found about. I like Jonathan Majors.
Well, it's like Johnny Depp had to go through a whole trial,
Yeah.
lost all of his shit, and then turned out to be in the right.
Mm.
Yet Disney ain't sitting at his front door begging him to come back. So
No.
I mean, I don't know, man. Either way, that happening has definitely put a damper on Marvel's future.
I mean, the movies Marvel's put out has put a dampening on Marvel's.
Yes, I did, but though I did feel like using Kang was at least something to aim for. They gave you something to go for, other than just.
We need an Avengers movie like stat. I just need a status update on everybody.
So in Avengers 2, when Cap and Black Widow they're in the Avengers, the new arena or their new home
Yeah,
that Tony built them.
Yeah.
And it's Black Widow and not Black Widow. It's Scarlet Witch and Iron Patriot. It's like six of the new folks, and there's like, oh well, that's the new Avengers.
Yeah.
And they never did anything with that.
I mean, they had movies of they did in Civil War.
Well, no, I get, but you're talking
Which
about
caused people to leave.
Well, yeah. But you're talking about wanting to see more. It's like, well, there they had it ready to.
Oh well, their headquarters got destroyed in.
Well, yeah. So their head, yeah, sure.
And the two guys running it aren't there anymore.
One's dead and one's ancient now.
Yeah.
Well, ancient-er than he was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved the Marvel having Chris Pratt and.
Well, he's coming back
to do what?
Be Star Lord.
Oh, wrong one.
Chris Evans.
Yeah. It's like, yes, it's cool, but after waiting on movies for 10 years, it's like these guys are tired of it. So you can't.
They're probably tired of having to be that much in shape.
Yeah. So one, you can't really keep them around.
No.
So you can't really trust that they're gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're 5 years past Endgame, 4,
I don't know. I don't remember.
And we still don't have like the new group ready.
No.
Like they don't even know who. Like if an Avengers movie had to come out tomorrow, who's even going on the ballot? I mean, you still got Doctor Strange around, Ant-Man.
No, is he around? Him and his future wife had to go somewhere.
Oh yeah, and then he had his third eye thing. Oh, God, that fucking movie.
You have the new Captain America, who is
Sam.
Yeah, you have Winter Soldier.
So
you still have Thor, although he might be out
with
somewhere.
His child,
yeah,
with his adopted child from Gore that didn't look like Gore, but was Gore's. Yeah, go ahead.
So he might be AFK or something.
Oh, and the whole story arc of that Jane is in the.
Well, she dies.
Yeah, but she's in the Viking.
Oh, she's in Valhalla.
Heaven. Yeah, she's in Valhalla. So she's coming back.
That's fine. So Thor's out.
God, that movie's fantastic too. Jesus.
Hulk is still around. She-Hulk is barely saying she wants to be a superhero.
Yeah. Because Bruce Banner, he literally shows up with his
Hulk's son.
With his worse than your hairline son.
I think his is by choice though.
That just makes it worse.
I know, Davis. That's the joke.
Love you, buddy. We all can't pick our hairlines. Hey, the run is.
Shut the fuck up.
The run's going.
I don't want to talk about it. So you got Winter Soldier, Captain America, Hulk. Rhodey. Oh wait, no, he got.
No, he's been. I didn't even finish Secret
Well, no,
Invasion.
they found him. They found his real body. We just don't know how long he's been Secret Invasion.
Oh yeah, where he actually left the timeline.
Star Lord is technically on Earth.
I still haven't watched that.
Oh,
That's
spoilers.
fine.
He's on Earth.
That's not.
He comes and visits his grandfather.
We have the entire Eternals group that hasn't been talked about since their movie.
Yeah, we still technically have a Titan sticking his head out.
Oh, yeah, and we're how many years past that? And no single person on Earth has
Selma
talked about
Hayek is in the, although she's dead, but Selma Hayek is in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Dude, that's what kills me. Like,
Shang-Chi, although he's not an official Avenger, he didn't get an invite.
what the fuck's he at?
Neither did the Eternal. I don't think people know about the Eternals yet. They just know there's a big Titan.
But do they even know there's a fucking Titan? Ever since the event of that movie, no one has mentioned that there's a fucking Titan.
You can't hide that shit.
In the ocean. Sitting there.
It's everywhere.
But no one said shit about it.
Yeah, I know. It's the biggest plot hole in all of
Yeah,
the
it's
MCU.
like, oh yeah, this big event happened that we literally almost had the Earth ripped in half.
Yeah.
But no one's going to talk about it since then. Not even mentioned, not even on a news broadcast of the U.S. has gone and tested the whatever in the ocean and nothing.
I would imagine if you've seen the end of the Marvels, Kamala Khan is there, although she's hanging out with Fury. We do have a young Avengers that is very quickly forming.
Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
Kamala Khan. Oh.
The end, Miss Marvel.
Oh, yeah. Never watched that either.
Judging by the end of the Marvels, Captain Marvel is finally, like, she got her issues fixed, so I think she's down to come back to Earth. So you have her.
Now a Young Avengers movie that I could see a Young Avengers happening first over an actual Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And I could also see the Suicide Squad version.
Yeah, I think the Thunderbolts are more set up than
the
Avengers are right now.
Which, and again, we have no fucking clue what's coming.
No, we don't.
Because apparently X-Men is in the pipeline.
Yeah, they're pulling that out.
And Fantastic Four. The writer / actor strike.
A few years ago, there was
really hurt. Again.
No, the movies and TV shows that Marvel has put out really hurt.
Oh, that too.
No, I remember somewhere in the storylines, Deadpool bought the Avengers.
Do what?
Yeah, there was
in comics.
Yeah, and somewhere in the comics, like when we first started reading, there was an Avengers book where Deadpool was in it because he bought the Avengers.
Fucking shit.
So you could do that.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. It's just getting. And then DC is up in the air. I think they finally have agreed just fuck it all and just restart everything.
Yeah, they're getting their lame duck movies out of the way.
I think Blue Beetle was their last.
Nope.
What's left?
It came out over Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I didn't hear horrible things, but
because no one watched it.
But at the same time, why the fuck does it, other than watching it because it's an Aquaman
and apparently
movie,
there were rumors that Jason Momoa was drunk on set. So
that would not surprise me because his
and among with just a million other things.
Because his co-actress was in trial while they were filming.
They cut most of her shit out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, I think we've talked about it here. I think I have reached the point that I'm tired of the superhero movies.
I'm not. I'm tired I'm tired of bad superheroes.
That's fine. Yeah, I like that comment better.
Because I'm still very much looking forward to the rest of Invincible coming out.
Yeah.
The Boys, I tried
to
watch
The Boys because
I tried to watch the first episode of Gen V and I was just like, I'm not really feeling it.
Is it too young?
The first episode is a girl has the powers to control her blood and make weapons with them and shit. But she finds out because she gets her period and then accidentally kills her family. And I was just like,
really?
Yeah. I was just like,
So we go straight from
I can't get
we go from period killing family.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Like that's the first scene is her getting her period and then her power of controlling her she can control her blood, but obviously not right when she
Yeah, of
figures it
course.
out, and accidentally killing her family. And I was just like, I just can't. Like, I was not in the right mindset for that kind of shit that day, and I just
Yeah.
haven't gone back to finish it. But apparently, it leads right into the next season of The Boys.
Shit. So I gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it.
Fuck.
But
Well,
I
they
still
set
get
up in the
invited
last
for
season. Well, they set up in the last season of The Boys for like a bunch of new faces.
yeah. But I mean, like, I'm still excited for The Boys. Still excited for Invincible. Still excited for Deadpool. And I am legitimately. I do want to see what James Gunn does with Superman.
They. Oh, I didn't know he got super. I thought he got.
He's writing and directing Superman.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
With a new Superman.
Yes.
I think only the 5th Superman ever too.
I do not know.
Something. It's a very low.
Yes.
Low number.
I rewatched the Batman the other day.
It's
a very emo Batman, but I'm ready for the next one.
I don't hate it because I like the more aggro street level Batman.
Did you finally watch it?
Oh, I watched it a while back.
Oh, there was plenty of times where we were like, should we watch it? And I'm like, dude, it is all of 3 hours. And then you'd be like, all right, we're not watching it.
I did watch it, and I feel like there's probably 30 minutes that could be cut out of it. That feels
literally
fine.
When he goes to see the Riddler at the prison, that's where they should have ended it.
Yeah,
like they should have cut it. It should have been him going to see the Riddler at the prison, revealing that Riddler thought they were working together the entire time. And then,
they did think they were working together.
And then somehow get to that point of him having to realize that, like, oh, I'm not vengeance. I'm actually a symbol of hope.
Yeah.
But you don't need a 30-minute, we're going to flood the entire city sequence for that.
The whole flooding.
Then it seems like, oh, we came in super under budget. And they're like, you better use that budget.
It was like a government company being told, hey, you won't get your
better
$3
not have a
billion
surplus
next year
Yeah.
if you spend 2.5 this year.
Yeah.
Find a way to burn the $500,000.
Yeah. So
I don't hate it.
No. But like those, I'm still excited for. It's just, please make something good.
Just find something. I don't know. It sucked that DC never.
The ideas of Secret Wars makes me excited, but they
at
haven't.
the same time,
Marvel hasn't executed it in a while.
Right. And I just don't understand how you go from executing on such a high level to just failing. I mean, to me, damn near failing on 3/4 of the movies they've put out.
Resting on your laurels. Getting very upset when someone says, hey, someone else did a better woman movie and y'all haven't even tried to release a woman movie yet.
And then give it to not the Black Widow.
Yeah.
To not have Scarlett Johansson be the first female movie.
Yeah.
And
then piss off your actors and different stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I think also it's like, okay, we're going to have all these TV shows. They're going to tie into the movies.
And then not have them.
And then not have them.
But they're not going to, like, release right as that movie comes out.
Now COVID did fuck that up.
Yeah, but if it was me, that show would come out, and then the week the finale comes out. The finale comes out on Wednesday. Thursday night that movie comes out.
Yeah, you used the platform. You jump rope it in.
You had the movies to build the TV platform. You use the TV platform to build the movies.
Yeah,
and it's just this big circle.
Yeah, back and forth.
Yeah,
but.
Well, yeah, that's our Marvel rant for the week. And since it's the first week of the month,
woohoo!
That means we have to do personal recommendations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got one?
I've had literally like 5.
And haven't written a single one of them down?
I think I'm going to go with one. I actually haven't read the book, but I've bought the book because of the premise alone, and it's called Red Rising. I showed you this in the bookstore today. From what I understand, the premise is that there is a group of people who are told that they're going to be the first to go to Mars and colonize, and it's just back-breaking labor. But at the end of the day, they're like, hey, we're the first ones here. We get rewarded once we like make this livable, and we'll be rewarded. Hopefully we won't have to work ever again, blah, 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 and stuff like that. But then they come to find out Mars is already colonized. They're just doing the backbreaking labor it takes to uh, keep it livable.
Yeah.
And then it's basically just slave labor. And so they have to overthrow whatever government is in place. So
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like it was too long of a read. So
No, there is a trilogy, and then he just recently released a fourth book, but it's just a Red Rising novel, or a Red Rising because it's the name of the trilogy. But then like they released a fourth one and said a Red Rising novel. So I don't know if it's going to be just like a standalone or they're going to keep going, but I think it was originally a trilogy. So
okay. I really I don't have a great personal rec. Don't even know if I have even a good personal rec.
because you all watch the same 5 TV shows
We do.
over and over
And over.
and over. I don't know how y'all do that.
I guess my biggest thing is, so we got trapped in the house this week for snow and everything.
So I did most of my reading.
Yeah, I did too. I still didn't finish in time.
No.
So my personal I've been trying new things with cooking. Some of I got a green egg from my boss.
You did make some very good steaks tonight. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. Because I love a grill. I love cooking. I stood out there in 16 degrees.
I'm not even that big of a steak guy, but
so I guess my personal rec is try some new shit. I know we're only middle of February. Y'all are gonna hear this or middle of January. Y'all are gonna hear this in February, but I've never been big on New Year's resolution shit.
Bro, this would have been so good into a topic I was saving for next episode.
Oh well.
Nope, we're already at like 50 minutes. Go.
Try
new things.
Try new thing. I mean,
Wow.
yeah. I mean,
Very original, Davis.
I told you it wasn't good. It's
Okay.
not good.
So next week we're doing Superman or no Action Comics.
It is Superman though.
Yes, obviously, but it's Action Comics. The War World saga. I think it's War World Rising.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing that. We'll also have our shit list, and then I will tell you about what I was just talking about. And trying new things, and how adults with a lot of free time I could have a new hobby every day. But yeah, that'll be next week, and we will see y'all next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.